and welcome to Since 1700. We are at the Face the Music conference here in Melbourne, and we're joined by Johann from IOU.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey Johann, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing okay. It's a bit hotter than I expected, but other than that, doing fine.
It is Melbourne's hottest day so far, I think.
Is that true?
Nah.
It's only like 29 degrees.
I mean for the last 4 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Sweet.
Nice. So for this conference, you are on the panel Going Global, Music Business Beyond Australia, with a whole bunch of other industry greats.
Mm-hmm.
Does hanging out with other industry successes inspire you to keep on getting on?
Oh, totally. I mean, yeah. Well, the short answer is yes. I think off the top of my head, some of the other people on the panel work, like, Sai from Wondercore has had extremely great success with Hardest Coyote and a bunch of other stuff, and Ed from Future Classic, and these are people that we're like, and these people and others are people that we're constantly looking at and looking at what they're doing and what's working for them, what we can then, I'm just talking. It's oh shit.
Okay.
Edit it?
Yeah.
But yeah, basically just picking up tips for like what they can do, and then we can implement those sort of things for artists that we're working with. So yes, short answer is yes. Long answer is what I just rattled on.
Oh, good.
All right. Okay, so here's one. I was reading about you, and I read when you were 17 that you managed to get a band from the US onto Soundwave tour.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. It was a massive fluke. Basically, I just found I used to be on the Soundwave forum all the time, and just decided that I was going to try and pitch an act to them. So I asked one of the moderators from the forum for the owner's email address, and just emailed him straight up from like my high school computer, because I didn't have fast enough internet at home at the time. And was like, hey, like, I want to bring out this band. They signed this label. Like, what do you think? And he was like, yeah, sweet. He obviously didn't know, like, he obviously didn't know who I was. Yeah. Because otherwise, no person
Is it sort of like a fake it till you make it sort of thing?
Yeah, sort of. Well, my email address before that was mrlover114@hotmail.com, and I had to change it to Johann Poniah @hotmail.com so it seemed more professional.
So like legit, okay.
Yeah, it was a big step.
So like you're touring, you bring artists over at the moment, so you're sort of like a touring manager. So what about for the label? Do you see yourself bringing actually any overseas acts onto your label, or is it strictly Australian at the moment?
Well, I mean, when we started, I was like, it was very much a case of like walk before you can run sort of thing, or even crawl before you can walk. So just very recently, we signed an artist from the US called Daywave, and we're going to be releasing him in Australia and New Zealand, and then he's got labels elsewhere for the rest of the world. So it is something that we're looking to do. Okay, cool. But very rarely. The thing that I love about having a label is being able to work really closely with artists on like their music and their vision to try and help them get there. And when the artist is overseas, I guess there's slightly a larger distance. Not to say that we're absolutely psyched to be doing Daywave, but it's probably not something that we're going to do a lot of.
Okay, cool.
So how did tour promotion sort of like breed into your brand, your like label? Because you didn't originally start doing that. No,
what we originally started doing was throwing parties, and eventually those parties became bigger and bigger, and they started at house parties, went to warehouse parties, and then it was sort of just a natural progression, I guess. A lot of other businesses have done that. There's the guys from Astral People in Sydney who are like absolutely killing it, and I think they started in a very similar vein. So I guess it just seemed like the natural progression. Our parties were getting bigger, and we kind of just, rather than always buying talent off other people, we're kind of like, let's get stuck in and try and like do it ourselves and start routing some tours. And so that's kind of where it ended up. Yeah. Also, it's like there's a lot of artists around the world who like I absolutely love, but are already signed to labels internationally, and this was a way for us to still work with those artists out here, despite it not being on the label. On our label, I mean. Yeah,
cool.
Perfect. So you said that you find a lot of the artists you sign are either like friends or mutual friends because you like working closely. So is that a way that you're gonna stick to, like, you know, friends or mutual friends, or do you think you're gonna find new avenues as well to get artists?
It's just, it hasn't been something that I did on purpose, or like the label has done on purpose. It just sort of seems that that's the way it always happens. Okay. We've never been like the type of A&R people to like rush out to like every show to see like the hot new band and stuff like that, because it's not something that really appeals to me that much. But in saying that, like, yeah, of course, like, you know, if the right stuff came around, like, and we didn't know them personally, of course we'd like try and sign them. It just so happens, and I guess, like, you know, Australia in terms of a music society is relatively small. So it's not hard for everyone for there to be some sort of like connection. You know what I mean?
If you're in the industry, it's like everyone knows someone who knows someone.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. So like when I say like that they're normally friends, not that they're like best friends or something like, or not that they start as like our best friends, but there's generally some sort of connection.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Do you want to tell your story about DMAs? Because you knew about this before me.
What's that?
The DMAs, little story.
So like you signed DMAs from hearing from a friend, is that correct? And then like they literally hadn't played a show. Yep. And they only had like the recordings from their bedroom. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, that's correct.
Like,
so a good friend of mine started managing them.
Yeah.
And he'd heard a song on FBI and had just sent it over to me and he was like, hey, what do you think? Like, these guys haven't like played any shows and these are just some bedroom recordings. And I heard them and I was like, yeah, they're phenomenal. Like, I fell in love like pretty instantly. And yeah, a couple of weeks later we met up with them and decided that we wanted to work together. Yeah,
because Delete is like one of my favorite songs. And that was one of their first ones they put out. So
yeah, it's the first song we put out actually. Yeah. So yeah, it's been a very interesting ride. And to be honest, I don't think we've ever released a song and felt like such an instant reaction. Yeah. And which is interesting when at the time that band didn't even exist, right? Like in terms of like how other people had seen them. There was no like Facebook, there was nothing. So it was just like out into the world, and then it sort of took off.
You brought DMAs, that's amazing. Yeah.
Oh, they did it themselves.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Do you think social media has played like a huge part in like your way of, I suppose, getting bands out there?
No, 100%. I mean, it's something that I like. It's not something that I ever set out and be like, I want to like, we're gonna like push everything on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. But it's like we started the label, when I was like 20. So, and that's what 20-year-olds do. Like we're always, is everyone. So it's not something that, it wasn't like a marketing ploy or something like that. It's just like what I naturally sort of gravitated towards. And it just turns out that, it's been a huge asset, I think, for the label. And it's certainly helped that, like, when we have a new band, being able to tell 14,000 people about them on Instagram straight away, it's like a massive help for sure.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
Cool. So it's like 7 years, right? Is it coming up?
So,
or
Yep.
So anything planned for the 7th birthday? Any cool parties?
Lucky number 7?
I don't think so. We've done like a couple of birthday parties and stuff previously, but I think we might wait until like, 10 years or something like that. Kind of needs to be special. Yeah. Like the last one that we did was actually for Melbourne Music Week at Flagstaff train station.
Yeah, it was a few years ago.
I went to it.
Oh, did you? Sick. Yeah.
It was the best.
Yeah, I had
such a cool night.
Yeah, like I honestly felt like everything had aligned properly. Yeah. To like for it to be a special thing. So I don't want to just like do birthday parties every year. Yeah. And also like, if we were going to do birthday parties, then we'd want to ask artists to play, and it's like scheduling and all sorts of stuff is like kind of hard. Nice. So we might wait until year 10.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I guess just what's in store? What can we expect next year for you guys?
2017.
That's a good question. I guess in terms of stuff that we've already announced, we're touring Blood Orange in January, which I'm very, very excited about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Into it?
Yeah. She wants to jump up. Right?
No, I'm like, yes. Sorry. Dev is like killing it.
Yeah. No, I agree. So very excited about that. We're also touring an artist called Kelsey Lou, who's going to be playing at Sugar Mountain as well. And Mofo, and she's going to be doing some Sydney shows as well. She's like incredible.
Awesome.
We're working on Jack Rivers' debut album, which we're very excited about. It's going to be a new DZ record, some new City Calm Down music, and then we've actually signed a new artist, but we haven't announced it yet. So, and
Expect good
everyone
things
else
to
is gonna have
come.
stuff going on. So
Cool.
we'll see.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thank you thank you so much for joining us in the State Library.
Thank you guys.
For
Thanks,
Face the
Johann.
Music.
Very much appreciate it.
Thank you.
See you later.